let's just jump right in. What if I told you that your home right now is actively programming you every single day? I know it sounds a bit out there, but that's exactly what we're diving into. See, your environment, it's not just some passive backdrop. No, it's an active force. It's shaping your mind, your energy, and yeah, even your future.
And this quote, this one really hits home. Your environment is not neutral. It is either lifting you up or slowly draining you. Think about that. There's no in between, no neutral zone. Your space right now is either your biggest ally or it's subtly sabotaging you. So you've got to ask yourself, which one is it?
All right, so here's the game plan. First, we'll talk about how your environment is programming you. Then, we'll hit the 5 big items to get rid of. And we'll wrap up with the payoff, which is, well, a totally rewired mind. Let's get to it. Okay, so how does this programming actually work? Well, just think about it for a second. Every single object in your home is sending a little signal to your subconscious. That pile of clutter, that's a signal for chaos. That broken thing you keep meaning to fix, that's a signal for dysfunction. And the crazy part is most of the time we don't even notice it, but our surroundings are constantly, quietly, conditioning us, either for mediocrity or for success.
So these are the 5 big culprits we're going to hunt down today. And trust me, when you remove these, you're not just cleaning your house. No, you are literally upgrading your brain's operating system. It's a total game changer. So let's start with number 1.
All right, first on the list, broken stuff. You know what I'm talking about, right? We all have them. That lamp that flickers, the drawer that you have to jiggle just right to open. They seem so minor, so insignificant. But here's the insidious part. Every single day, they're training you to accept less than. They're teaching you that just okay is your default standard. And get this, there's actual science behind this. It's fascinating. Every time you deal with one of these little dysfunctions, your body has a tiny stress response. It's called microstress. It's so small you probably don't even notice it consciously. But these little hits of stress hormones add up, and by the end of the day, you're feeling drained, maybe a little irritable, and you have no idea why. Well, this is why. So, do any of these ring a bell? That wobbly chair, that door that never quite latches? Just take a quick mental scan of your own place. Because here's the thing. When you live surrounded by these little failures, these tiny defects, you're subconsciously teaching your brain that it's okay to tolerate bigger failures in other parts of your life. Your career, your relationships, even your health. It all connects. And if that's not enough, there's another hidden cost. Psychologists have a term for this. It's called an open loop. Every one of those broken items is an unresolved task, just sitting there in the back of your mind. It's like having too many tabs open on your computer. It just eats up your mental bandwidth, draining your creative energy, even when you're trying to focus on something totally different. Okay, let's move on to number 2, because this one is huge. We're talking about getting rid of anything that belongs to a past version of you. Your home should be a launch pad, right? A place that fires you into your future. It should not be a museum dedicated to who you used to be. And this really breaks down the choice you're making. When you hold on to that old stuff, it's like an anchor, just holding you in the past, often reinforcing some kind of dissatisfaction. But when you let it go, wow, that creates what the source material calls identity space. It's basically clearing out the mental and emotional room for the new you, the person you're becoming, to actually show up. Think about it. Those clothes from 3 sizes ago, that guitar you never learned to play, these are just objects. They're silent reminders of abandoned projects or goals you didn't meet. Keeping those smaller jeans just screams you're not there yet every time you see them. And keeping the larger sizes, that's just setting an expectation that you might go backward. It's a total psychological trap either way. All right, number 3. This is a big one in our modern world. Passive distractions. We're talking about those seemingly harmless things lying around that are secretly training your brain for mindless, automatic consumption. And what do they destroy in the process? Your most valuable resource, your attention. And this quote just nails it. Instead of creating, you consume. Instead of choosing consciously, you react without thinking. That's what these objects do. They condition you to always be looking for that quick hit of external stimulation. See, your brain is kind of lazy by design. It loves the path of least resistance. And these things make mindless consumption the absolute easiest path to take. So look at this list. The remote always out, the snacks on the counter, and let's talk about those magazines and catalogs for a second. They are literally designed to make you feel dissatisfied.
They're engineered to create comparison and make you feel like you're missing out on something. When you get that stuff out of your sight, your mind is suddenly forced to generate its own stimulation. And guess what happens then? That's where real creativity is born.
Now, let's be super clear here. The goal isn't to become a monk and strip all the fun out of your life. Not at all. This is all about being intentional. It's about making sure your leisure choices are actual choices, not just mindless reactions. You want to consciously pick the things that truly nourish you, not the things that just numb you out and drain your energy. Okay, we're at our final 2 items now, and honestly, you could argue these are the most powerful of all. Because these represent the deep emotional and psychological baggage you might be carrying around without even knowing it.
So let's break this down. First, you've got unkept promises. That dusty exercise bike, that online course you never opened. Every time you see them, it's a tiny dose of guilt. It actually teaches you something called learned helplessness and slowly chips away at your trust in yourself. Then you have toxic ties. This to be a gift from someone who always criticizes you, or a photo from a really painful time. These objects aren't neutral. They're like little antennas, constantly broadcasting that negative emotional energy right into your home.
So I want you to just pause and really think about that for a second. How many of those silent reminders, those little saboteurs, are in your home right now? Because getting rid of them, that's not just about tidying up. It's about what you might call reclaiming your energetic sovereignty. It's about taking back control of the feeling and the energy in your own space. Okay, so what happens when you actually do all this, when you clear out these 5 categories of things from your life? Well, the payoff, it's absolutely huge. Your environment stops being this subtle drain on your energy and transforms into your single greatest ally in becoming who you want to be. And this is probably the most important thing to get. It might look and feel like you're just organizing stuff, but what you're really doing is a deep, deep form of mental and emotional re-engineering. It's like you're finally giving your mind space to breathe. And the results? They're not just some vague feeling. They are real and tangible. You get this incredible mental clarity because all that background noise from those open loops finally just stops. Your energy goes up because you're not getting hit with those tiny micro stresses all day. Your focus gets sharper. And maybe most importantly, your self-image gets a massive upgrade. You're sending a powerful message to yourself that yes, you are worthy of excellence. There's a name for this state: environmental integrity. It's this awesome place of harmony where your outer world, your physical space, is a perfect match for your inner goals and ambitions. Everything you see, every object around you, is actually contributing in some small way to the life you're trying to build. How cool is that? Because at the end of the day, this whole process is about so much more than just cleaning. It's a deep, fundamental identity shift. When you raise the standard for what you're willing to accept in your home, you'll be amazed at how that new, higher standard starts to bleed over into every other part of your life. So let's end with this one final thought. Your space is a declaration. It's making a statement about who you are and what you believe you deserve, whether you're consciously aware of it or not. So the only real question left is, what does yours declare about you? And what do you want it to declare?